Hello everyone. So this is my presentation of my build, totem build that I'm doing from the start of Path of Exile 2. So I will show you how did I make my talent tree and also what kind of skills I'm using, gear and everything that probably will be interesting for you. So first of all, let's check our talent tree. So basically we are playing Warrior Warbringer. I came with this idea because of this ascendancy or ascendancy skill. I was thinking that maybe ancestral spirits will be interesting. It appears that they are not too good, to be honest, but they are giving us some buffs. So as you can see, we got war colors below, which you are gaining rage, attacking. Not remember that attacking isn't mean that your totems are giving you any kind of buffs. So this is the one buff, and second buff, the turtle that is spawning. He's giving, I believe, 50% more to defense. Yeah. So we got, you have 50% increased defenses and 25% increased block chance. So, second part of the ascendancy skill tree, talent tree, is we are going for war cry. So first one is the war colors below, which basically detonating corpses and dealing 25% of their life as physical damage. After taking the third one, when I will be able to do it, I will for sure take Great Wolf's Howl because of no cooldowns on war cries. Sometimes it's pretty problematic to trigger those war cries, so yeah, cooldown is pretty problematic, and we will like for sure to go here as the third one, and as the fourth one we will be going Anvil's Weight. So break armor equally to 10% of hit damage dealt, which means that anything that is damaging mobs will be taking 10% of break armor. So your totems, each totem will take 10% of the damage as break armor, which is very important because you are dealing with totems, you are dealing physical damage, and basically all of those mobs that you are doing, they have armor, which is pretty, sometimes you are hitting really low, so breaking armor is a must. So regarding our talent tree, so after you will be start leveling your warrior, you are taking melee damage. You can start with armor, but I'm more of let's say aggressive damage dealer, so especially when you are doing softcore, so you are going to melee damage, to brutal, and going to smash, and to this note of strength. And first of all, when you are start leveling, you want to go as soon as possible to get maximum totems, +1 maximum totems, and afterwards basically +2 maximum totems. So I did go here and going for curved earth and going to beef, and here you get first additional totem, which on beginning you will be basically leveling with shockwave totem, which is pretty nice, but still without having at least 2 you are not dealing too much damage, but this is a must. Also, this is pretty helpful with defense, so regenerate 1% of life per second while you have a totem. Basically, you have totem all the time, so you have additional 1+% of life regeneration. You are taking for sure Ancestral Unity, because of totems have 4% increase attack speed per summoned totem, so on the end when you have 3 totems it's basically 12% more attack speed on your totems, which is very significant. You will unfortunately not see it as it's not affecting Ancestral Warrior totem. Remember that your movement is your biggest ally, especially in Path of Exile 2. As stationary standing, you will probably not survive too long. After that, you are going to take another +1 summoned totem. So I would say around 35, 40, level 40, something like that, you will have already you will be able to summon already 3 totems, which at this moment with 3 totems you are doing really well with shockwave totems. After that I took Blood Rush, which is skill speed. Also, if you want, this is a tip, if you want to check if any skills are basically doing any points on skill tree, if you are not sure if they are doing anything for you, you can press shift, and thanks to that you will see if there is any affection for your skills. As I'm doing Ancestral Warrior with Earthshatter, I believe, with Earthshatter, I know that my slam is gaining additional damage per second, which is basically skill speed. When you will put alt, then you will see that you can check on those undermarked information, and there is all information that you need to know regarding what some kind of information, or let's say more detailed information regarding at this example skill speed. After that I took increased skill effect duration. It's because of only 8 seconds on totem duration on Ancestral Warrior, which is pretty short. 25% more, we got here 2 seconds more, so yeah, it's significant. After that I did go for Ancestral Reach. So totem placement and totem placement range, it's pretty important, especially when you are pretty far away and want to be much more safe. So your range of putting totem is much higher, and also supportive ancestors, so 25% increased damage while you have totem. And also attack speed. Cast speed isn't doing too much for us, so yeah. After that I took some defensive notes, which is 80% more armor from equipped body armor. also 50% and regeneration, and mass rejuvenation, which is 0.5% life second. As for now, I have regeneration, so 94.6 per second, which is pretty decent and fine, but still honestly not enough as for now. I did take Mask Hysteria because of allies in your presence have 6% increased attack speed. Allies is also your totems, it's your minions, so basically it's doing for and your minions and your totems, they are giving attack speed. So as you can see also on when you put shift, you can see that it's going, your slams are basically doing more damage, which means they are doing it faster. After that, I took another defensive talent note for bigger armor and evasion, and also feel no pain, with also increasing your armor and evasion, and hard to kill, which basically helping us with flask lives, and also 0.75% regeneration, which is pretty significant. So now I'm at level 75 and I started going to cruel methods, which are increasing physical damage, so it's overall 25% more damage, as you can also see, and breaking 40% increased armor. When I will have this ascendancy talent, then on every hit you will break armor, as I mentioned before. So this is increasing for another 40% break. So 10%, let's say from 100 is 10, and another 40% from 10, so you are dealing 14 of damage breaking armor. So this is the talent tree for now. I start going to lay siege as you are going with shield. So increasing damage per 1 chance to block, it's pretty big, because you get block chance here, and also here and here. So my shield for now is 25% block chance. If we will add those two nodes, we get 10% more, and those two 10% more. So it's 45% block chance, which is giving us 45% more damage. Yeah, so it's pretty significant. Also, I will be taking backup plan for sure, as 40% increased evasion and armor if you haven't been hit recently and you have been hit recently. So evasion if you are starting taking damage, and if you don't take any damage, you get 40% more armor, which is pretty big. After that, probably, yeah, we will be going for Unstoppable Barrier, and most likely I will be going for Blue-Red Motion, so to add some more damage for this one. So this is how this skill tree as for now looks. Now let's check our skills, which I'm doing Ancestral Warrior Totem, as you can see on my videos. as you can see on my videos, I'm doing Earthshatter on Ancestral Warrior Totem. So, Earthshatter have attack damage of 154%, but it's very important, it's not taking attack damage percent from your weapon, it's taking from your totem, which have 87 to 131 base physical damage. So this is your source of physical damage that Earthshatter is basically taking. Besides that, I'm linked it with Upheaval, which is very important. As you see on my videos, it's creating much more fissures. Basically not fissures, but spikes, which spikes are here the main damage dealer. So Upheaval and Splinter. So the next one, which is the most important, and it's your trigger for exploding those spikes, is Seismic Cry and Infernal Cry. So you would like to trigger Infernal Cry, because all mobs that are infected by Infernal Cry, when they are killed, they are doing additional damage by Combust, which they are dealing 10% more fire damage per 1 power of exploding corpse. So every time when mob is killed, he's exploding. Besides that, thanks to this war colors below, also corpses that are generating by them, when you use Warcry, they are also exploding. So basically, when you are putting your totem and they are casting or attacking with Earthshatter, doing those spikes, you are triggering those spikes with Infernal Cry. Those mobs are affected with Infernal Cry, so they are combust, and after they die, you are making use of Seismic Cry. So still, this totem is generating spikes all the time. They are casting all the time. When you are triggering your Warcry, they are exploding. Totems are generating new one under the minions. So you are triggering Infernal Cry and Seismic Cry, and all those shatters are exploding, damaging all those mobs. And also, thanks to Splinter, which breaking armor equally to 15% of physical damage dealt by supported skills, shatters also breaking armor at this point. When we will have this one, Anvil's Weight, we will not really need this. So we will have empty socket space, which, as you can see, I only have now 3 supported gems. But after, I will be for sure going for extra attack speed, which will be generating spikes even faster. And also probably maybe brutality for more physical damage, but I'm not sure yet about that. Regarding our buffs, I did go from the beginning with Herald of Ash, but it wasn't pretty significant. I didn't feel it, didn't like it. So when I had opportunity to change those buffs, I did go for Overwhelming Presence, which is helping with stun threshold, and also with Time of Need, which is pretty helpful if it's removing elemental ailments like Ignite, Shock, every now and then. Now it's 10.6 seconds between blessings, so not too fast, but it's pretty helpful. Basically, any buffs in, as for now, in Path of Exile 2 aren't really too helpful. It goes with Vitality, which is pretty significant, 1% regenerating life per second, and also with Cannibalism, which are recovering 4% of life on kill. So that's pretty big. Every 10 mobs you are basically recovering 40%. And as you are making pretty big damage with those exploding shatters, you are killing a pack of mobs pretty fast, and let's say many on the same time. So yeah. Also, I did go with Lip Slam, which I did mention that movement is your biggest ally. So Lip Slam is surely pretty helpful to move around, and also I did go with Maim on hit, which basically is slowing movement speed, which is pretty helpful, and also reducing evasion rating on mobs, and Jagged Ground, which basically is slowing also movement speed of enemies in its area by 20%. So you get slowing movement speed from Maim and also from Jagged Ground, and for faster attacking with Lip Slam, 25% more attack speed, which is giving us about, you can see, 12.12 seconds faster. Also, Hammer of Gods pretty good on those rare mobs, which is basically summoning hammer from heaven, and it's going on top of mob. I go here with Aftershock, with Brutality, and Fist of War. So it's pretty long cooldown, 24 seconds, so Fist of War is always up. And Aftershock is making... yeah, Aftershock is making additional damage. So yeah. As for my Ancestral Spirits, I was experimenting with different kind of setups. I was going with Infernal Legion, but I wasn't like it. I didn't like it because I didn't feel that it's doing any damage, so I just stay with minions which are just doing damage. I did take minion instability, which is they are exploding when they are reaching 15%. Sorry, not 50%, but when they are on low, which means that they are below 35% of maximum life, they are dealing... basically they are exploding and dealing 15% of their maximum life as fire damage. So, you know, your minions are dying, exploding, they will die anyway, so they are doing some damage. With that, I did put Fire Infusion, which they are gaining 25% of damage as extra fire damage. Those minions are doing physical damage. So let's call damage and lightning damage. Basically, this is not doing anything for us. Also, Feeding Frenzy, more damage and taking more damage. Basically, most mobs will be just going around you and trying attacking you, so it's basically your minions. Either way, they will not be too much taking too much damage. And also Armor Explosion. I'm not sure about this one, but I take it anyway to help with breaking those armors. Yeah, besides that, Shield Charge, which is pretty helpful, and basically I'm using it mostly to move faster around the maps. But I did take it with Stomping Ground, which triggers a Shockwave. Demolisher, so when you are attacking, it will be breaking mobs armor 40%, so from attack damage that you are doing, so from damage 339 and 40% will be breaking armor. And also Bloodlust to bleeding enemies. So yeah, I'm doing on Seismic Cry, I'm doing Lacerate to inflict bleeding, so you know, there is some connected together. Also on Seismic Cry I did take Ingenuity, which is increasing cooldown recovery, which is pretty significant. As you can see, it's from 7 seconds to 5.56, which is pretty big. And also Magnified Effect, which is helping to detonating further shards. Sorry, spikes, not shards. Spikes that are damaging. So yeah. And also on Infernal Cry, I did take Dazing Cry, which is dazing enemies. So as you can see, stun build up, helpful. Also Raging Cry, which is generating rage, counting powers of monsters around you and generating rage thanks to that. So rage, basically you are getting more attack damage, maximum 30. And besides that, Premeditation, which is empowering other skills, so in this case Shield Charge or Lip Slam. So yeah, this is how it looks. 3 skills. Also, as going for gear, I did go for shield, as I mentioned, one-handed mace. You of course want as much physical damage as you can stack, as you can put, as you can find. As for defensive, I was going on the beginning, I was going only for armor, but it's not enough, and I did go also with evasion. That's why on 3 we are going with Feel No Pain, with Battle Hardened, and also we will be going with Backup Plan. So yeah, evasion, armor, block on shield. You want to cap as soon as possible all those elemental resistance, but as you are playing, you know, it's not that easy. You can help yourself with runes when you have slots, or you have orb to create slots. So yeah, basically this would be all for now. 75. Yeah, this is how it looks. as for now, so hopefully you will find this showcase or guide helpful, and hopefully you will get a lot of fun with this build. So yeah, thanks for watching, and till next time.